The ex-boyfriend of National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom says he loved her to pieces after she was fatally shot in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Adam Carr, who dated Beckstrom for 6 years, told CNN, "She never deserved any of that. I always wished the best for her." He described Beckstrom as a loving and caring person with a huge heart, someone who thought of others even in the smallest ways. They broke up about a month ago. Carr recalled how she would wake up early to make him lunch before work, adding sandwiches, chips, and asking what fruit he wanted. He told her not to worry about it, and she would still get up for it anyways, even though she's got work in a few hours, he said. He also shared that Beckstrom faced hostility when she was deployed to Washington, D.C., but she eventually embraced her role. The more she was there, the more she warmed up to it, Carr said, noting that she made friends and enjoyed seeing the monuments throughout the city. Outside of work, Beckstrom was described as outgoing yet a homebody who loved fishing and hunting and had dreams of joining the FBI. She was truly devoted to service, family, and her passions, leaving a lasting impact on those who knew her.
Grief, heartbreak, and unimaginable loss. These were the emotions poured out by Gary Beckstrom in a Facebook post about his daughter, National Guardsman Sarah Beckstrom. "My baby girl has passed to glory. If I don't talk to you, don't be offended. This has been a horrible tragedy," he wrote. Her father's words capture the raw pain of a parent facing the unthinkable, holding on to hope and fear at the same time as the details of the shooting and its impact on the National Guard community begin to emerge.
I must unfortunately tell you that just seconds before I went on, right now I heard that Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person, started service in June of 2023, outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
America is at a loss of words as the nation mourns its braveheart. 20-year-old U.S. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom is no more.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that were outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
She was ambushed by an Afghan national, Rahmanullah Lakhanwal, on November 26, while patrolling the streets of Washington, D.C., just 2 blocks away from the White House. Beckstrom, from Summersville, West Virginia, began her service on June 6, 2023. She was assigned to the 863rd Military Police Company, 111th Engineer Brigade of the West Virginia Army National Guard. Her father, devastated and waiting beside her hospital bed, said only 4 words: "She has a mortal wound." During a Thanksgiving call with service members, President Trump paid homage to Beckstrom.
She was savagely attacked. She's dead. She's not with us. Incredible person. Outstanding in every single way, in every department. That's horrible.
The second member shot during the ambush, 24-year-old U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, remains in the hospital fighting for his life. Sergeant Wolf, from Martinsburg, West Virginia, entered service on February 5, 2019, and serves with the Force Support Squadron, 167th Airlift Wing of the West Virginia Air National Guard. A family member at his home pleaded for the nation's support, saying, "All we need right now are prayers for my son." President Trump also shared an update on Wolf's condition.
As you know, the other young man is fighting for his life. He's in very bad shape. He's fighting for his life, and hopefully we'll get better news with respect to him.
Local and federal law enforcement agencies lined the streets in Washington, D.C. as a procession passed to honor Beckstrom. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was also in attendance. Both Wolf and Beckstrom had been deployed to Washington in August when Trump ordered troops to the Capitol as part of what his administration described as a crackdown on crime. Meanwhile, Rahmanullah Lakhanwal, the The suspect who shot the two troopers is also at the hospital in critical condition. The D.C. attorney confirmed that Lakanwal drove cross-country to launch an ambush-style attack with a .357 Smith & Wesson revolver.
The two National Guards men that we're talking about are Sarah Beckstrom, who's 20 years old, and Andrew Wolf, who is 24 years old. They were uniformed members of the West Virginia National Guard, and they were in D.C. to keep D.C. safe. We are praying that they survive and that the highest charge will not have to be murder in the first degree. But make no mistake, if they do not, that will certainly be the charge, murder in the first degree. The suspect, he has been identified as Ramanullah Lakanwal, a 29-year-old Afghan who entered the United States under Biden's Operation Allies Welcome, a program following the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. What we know about him is that he drove his vehicle across country from the state of Washington with the intended target of coming to our nation's capital.
The FBI and military police are now leading an intensive investigation into the attack as pressure builds over how armed assailants could strike so close to the heart of the American power seat, the White House. The United States is shaken. Americans wait, praying for a miracle for Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf.